Hi. Welcome, welcome,
Hi.
welcome. My name is Janet Soriano, and I'm here with Lorena Abarr, a special and amazing client of mine. And we're here today on a case study interview, and we're just gonna get started. Lorena is a mental health counselor, and she has been working with uh, s- uh, sorry, you have been working with trauma patients and helping them get through based traumas. We created her website about, uh, let's say, 4 or 5 years ago.
It was
Right?
two. It
Two?
feels like four or
It
five with
feels like
everything
four,
that's
right?
happening.
It's been a long time that we haven't spoke,
Yeah.
and it's been amazing. So we're just gonna get started. Tell us a little bit more about you and your business.
Yeah. So I am, since COVID began, I now have transferred completely to an online telemental health practice. Before then, I was in an office setting here in Reno, Nevada, in Northern Nevada. And I work primarily with adults of all ages. I'm an EMDR practitioner certified with EMDRIA, and I have other approaches that I integrate in to help people heal from all kinds of trauma. And I really, really love what I do. So,
Yes, I love it.
yeah.
Okay, so let's tell us a bit about before we started working together. What were you struggling before when it came to your website? Um,
Yeah, I tried a few different like platforms. One I had built myself, and then one was through like a kind of a build your own thing through for therapists, and they were both okay, but I wanted something like a little more polished looking. When people came, I listened to a lot of podcasts, and one of the things that they always say for building a practice is like you want to have a really good website. That's like one of the top three things you should have. So I thought, oh, like I need to up my website game so people can really get a better sense of who I am. And that's then I was listening to Marie Folio. Is that how Folio?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's how.
And
Yeah,
what's that?
I think that's how we met. I think I was interviewed by Marie Folio.
You were.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, ooh, it was right when I was looking for somebody who might be able to help me build like a more polished website. And so I reached out. And that's how
Cool.
I found you. Yeah.
And do you feel that there were like some moving parts? Were you did you try to create it on your own, or did you had somebody create it before we started working together?
So with the first one, it was just like a create your own thing, and I did that for several years, like beginning back in Amherst. I just had my own little kind of like homemade website, and it was pretty basic, but it had all the info on there. And then I had switched when we moved to Reno to one that's like more pre-made for therapists, and you can kind of choose a few different templates and stuff and put your copy in. And that was better. That was like definitely a step up from my own homemade one, but it still, I felt like, just wasn't very I don't know, like it just kind of still didn't feel very interactive, or it just felt kind of like flat. And
You
I just,
struggle with any part of creating it on your own?
not really. It was just that, like, it just didn't, it felt very like flat. Like it didn't really seem like it was professionally built. It just kind of looked like something that, like from the 90s or something is what it reminded me of. Like, remember like the old school websites, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what it reminded me of. And I was seeing like these websites that are like have like more things, like in the one that you built, like when you scroll, like there's like little things that kind of like refreshes, and it's like really pretty and looks more professional. And I was like, how do I get that? Like where is that?
Got it. Cool. And in the like, what would you say was like the deciding factor other than like trying to look for a designer? What was the deciding factor of working with me?
Well, so when I saw you interview with Marie, I think I looked you up, and I really liked your website that you had. And I also liked your story of like, of why you love doing this. It seemed like you were very passionate, but I really loved your website. And I think you had some others up there that you had built, and I really liked those. And I was like, this is like more just like that next notch up in terms of looking very professional, professionally built versus self-built. I was like, yeah, like this is good.
Cool, cool. That's amazing. And what now, like going into like the part of like we had you decided to work with me. So what was your favorite part about the creative journey together?
Well, you really helped me think about like a lot of things I hadn't honestly ever even thought about, like SEO. Like you sent a quiz about like these things, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is, honestly. So you got me thinking about things like that. And then I learned a lot in working with you. Like I had had professional photos taken, and then we ended up going with a color palette that you said, like, if it matches, like it kind of matched like my the clothing that I was wearing and stuff, and it created this consistency. And that's like where your kind of insider, like professional knowledge, I think really helped, because I had chosen something pretty different initially, but I think though what we went with your guidance made it seem a lot more consistent. And yeah, so just like having your knowledge around all those things of making the choices. And I still had a lot of kind of like I had a lot of choice in like font and things like that, but the guidance that you had here and there to like kind of keep me on the road was really helpful.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And did you have like any aha moments where something that you were struggling with actually made sense?
I'm trying to think. It was, well, it just also felt really helpful. Like there was a collaboration, so I wasn't in it alone. And one of the coolest things was like when I had done the other ones, it was really just me. Like, maybe my partner or another colleague here and there, but like to have your perspective on copy, where to place the copy, all of the stylistic components. I think my aha moment was just like, I'm never doing this on my own again, because it felt really nice just to have your professional guidance on every step of the way. Just felt so nice.
Like
Yeah.
not being overly having so much decision fatigue, right?
Decision fatigue is what it was before. Yeah.
Yeah,
Before I worked with you. Yeah.
got it. Cool. And is there something you would like change or add or, see differently with the service that I provided or the journey with working with me?
I don't, I don't think so. No, it was a really, really good experience. So good that, like I mentioned, the other really cool thing is, so then it's been a couple years, but I went all online and I had to change things, and I was doing a lot myself. And then I kind of messed it up, and I reached out, and you were able to like make it all really professional again. And during that time we reconnected, maybe not, we'll be starting a second business. And yeah, and just I liked it so much that I'm gonna, hopefully get to work with you again on that one.
Yay!
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Woo. Yeah.
I am so glad that you have been able that I've been have the honor to work with you. Like it's really been a pleasure and an
Likewise.
honor.
Really
So
likewise. Yeah.
if you were to like just be in front of someone who's like thinking about working with me or thinking about creating the website and handing it over to me, what would you say to them if they're like hesitant to like make the move and take the action?
I think the thing that really struck me, another thing was, it felt like, being a newer business starting up, starting over again. We had just moved, I was on a budget, and it felt like kind of a big investment, right? Even though it was really, I think, reasonably priced, but like it felt like quite an investment. But then it's really worth it. The feedback that I've gotten from like people who are looking for me and they find me on Psychology Today, or because I guess the SEO is good. So they'll Google trauma therapist and I pull up. So you did something there, because not everybody, people are just finding me by searches, which is really nice. So all the feedback I've gotten is it just makes it so worth it to make the website look that much more professional. And it really does serve, like in my field, it's important for people to know who they're working with. Like they're trusting, putting a lot of trust in me. And so if I can come across as clear as possible, so they feel like they have a sense of me, it's really worth that upfront investment. It's paid off multiple times over
Wow.
since then. Yeah.
It's like your website actually positions you as a credible expert in your
Exactly.
field. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
Hopefully it reflects like the years of experience I have. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That is amazing. You can what tell them your website so they can go and visit if they want to
Yeah,
check
yeah,
you
check
out.
me out. So I'm licensed to work with anybody across the state of Nevada. If you're physically located in this state, you're welcome to reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk to you. It's renotahomindbody.com.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.